Since the TikTok ban, everybody's talking about, the greater things in other countries, but I don't think that people really understand what it is to be American. Okay? In America, you make too much money for assistance, but still can't afford groceries. Medicaid and Medicare will pay for hospital stays, but not home health. Daycare is a requirement if you are not a stay-at-home parent or don't have access to it, but daycare prices are the same as a car payment or rent, depending on where you live. You are given opportunity, but only at the cost of, your second born child and, your left leg, your grandma's lung, and your auntie's titties. Love you, bitches.
This lady's absolutely on point with what she has to say. Just being real, living in America is like a double-edged sword. Regardless of if you're on top of your game or you're going through hard times, it's almost like it's doubled either way. Winning or losing, you're still at a fault. It's really bad how even if you make enough money, it's still not enough. And I get that, other places in the world suffer from sometimes worse circumstances. But it's pretty bad in America.
What am I doing wrong? I work every day and I'm still broke. Like, I have a decent job, I make some decent money, but I live out here in Cali. Like, bro, as soon as I get paid, I have all these bills stacked up, bro, that shit wipes me clean. Like, fuck, I got no money left over. Making $100,000 a year doesn't get you anywhere nowadays. And then moving to Houston, moving to Texas, any other type of state, guys, like, fuck that. I'm not gonna fucking move there. There's gotta be a better way for me to make more fucking money, or the things that cost so much money need to go fucking down. One or the other.
I'm gonna be honest, I've always heard that California was super high to like live in. Like, the area is super expensive, so I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming if you were born into that area, you probably don't want to leave. But $100,000 a year and you have no money left over, that sounds like it really sucks. Picking up and leaving might be your best opportunity, to be honest.
I am so tired of living my life in survival mode because despite having 2 college degrees and making close to $80,000 a year, I still cannot keep up with the cost of living. I still cannot afford all of my bills every month and have to live paycheck to paycheck. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I am sacrificing my mental health, my time, and my energy to take care of people in their most vulnerable moments, and a lot of the time they do not make it. At the very least, I should be able to pay my bills. And for anyone who's thinking, oh, well, you shouldn't have chose that job, somebody has to do it. And you know damn well, if your loved one was critically ill, you would want somebody to take care of them, right? Something has to give. I cannot keep doing this.
Another person speaking facts. It's real unfortunate right now that it seems like it doesn't matter what part of America you're in, you are still going to suffer the same fate. And I don't believe that all of these people, it's not a coincidence that all these people are going through the same thing. There's no way that everybody's just that bad with their money. It definitely has to be a systematic thing, and hopefully something that we can change in the future, because we might not have a future if it continues to go this way. It's getting really expensive out here.
One super fun part about living in 2025 is when your coworker says, yeah, with the tariffs, we're just going to have to sock away a little bit more in our savings. And you're like, I'm kind of just dog paddling to keep my head afloat here. Not really much to sock away. And she's like, why? I'm able to. And you're like, my rent is literally more than one paycheck. And she looks shocked and she's like, why would you do that? And you're like, because that's how much rent is. And she's like, well, my whole house payment isn't that much. I'm like, when did you buy your house? 20 years ago. Yep. That's why it's easier.
I think some people are irresponsible with money. I think others are out of touch. And I would say that because in today's society, it seems like if it's not happening to other people, people don't see it. And I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I've noticed that a lot. So in this situation, you might have to give the lady a little bit of grace, because she probably doesn't even see that she's in a spectacular situation, to be honest. The other lady, I mean.
I am seriously starting to feel like it's just about impossible to live in the United States. And, I don't want to seem like a lazy bum when I seen this, but I truly feel like it's just about impossible. If you weren't raised and given a good first hand in life, or a support team who will make sure no matter what that you don't fail, or, having people that you're able to fall back on, you're blessed. And if you are one of those people, I highly suggest you thank those people near you, because a lot of us aren't blessed like that. I'm a 23-year-old dad. I've got 2 kids. I've got about to be a 5-year-old in May, and I've got a newborn too. She's just a few weeks old, like 3 weeks. So my wife gets to stay at home and take care of the babies, and I'm out here trying to get it. I'm on my 3rd shift job now. I'm a security officer for Allied Universal. No, I don't represent the company in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is just a job. I am not a part of this company. But, and I work here from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. every single day, 8-hour shift. I get off of this 3rd shift job and I go directly into another job, which I just go around my city finding side jobs. It might be a clean out one day and I go out there for another 5, 6, 7 hours. It might be landscaping another day. It might be painting one day. It could be, it varies. I do what I can where I can. But therein, I go home and I have to stay up even longer to make sure that my lady is able to get her rest too, because, being a mom's a hard job. Yes, I'm working hard, but being a mom is a hard mental job as well in its own. So I have to stay up for a little bit in order to give her time to actually rest and get her sleep too, because she needs it. But I say that to say all this, having people to fall back on. Let's say you're going down the road and, like my case, my heater core blows up. I don't have no one I can call to say, hey, can I borrow $400 so I can get my heater core replaced? Or, you got $300-400 so I can get new tires on my vehicle. That is just something you have to figure out on your own. And if somebody with terrible credit, you can't just go get a loan for these things. The only loan you could get is a title loan. And in a lot of states, title loans are illegal for a reason. I'm stuck in this title loan, having to pay them back $4,300, but I have to pay $700 a month just to drive. That doesn't go toward my principal, on top of having to pay my rent and all the other bills just to survive. It's impossible. I would never hurt or harm myself in any way, but sometimes I just wonder why. Why am I here? There's got to be a reason why, life is so hard for me. What if it's not meant for me? This shit drives a lot of people to anger, man, and I understand. I truly do. People say maybe these next 4 years. No, this is literally impossible. There is nothing no president is able to do to save people from what we are having to go through. Housing at an all-time high. You could go to another country and you can have the same homes here for 1/10 of the price that we're paying per month. Food the same exact way. And I just feel like it's impossible. If I was a drug addict, if I was a piece of shit dad, I could have so much more help. But with me out here trying to do everything the right way, and nothing's working, nothing's helping. Life absolutely sucks right now. It truly, truly sucks. And there's no way to get out of it than to continue to dig myself into working and trying to come up out of this hole that seems impossible to come out of. Sorry for the rant. I'm not usually the ranting type. I'm just tired. I'm sick and fucking tired of having to live the way that we have to live just to survive, because it's nonsense. It truly is. I try my absolute hardest and I'm not getting anywhere. A lot of you are able to fall back on TikTok. I can't fall back on TikTok. Every time I try to get a video to blow up, it never does, and I'm not going against any standards. There's people doing way worse shit than me, and they're getting way more views and everything, but yet whenever I want views, I have to pay for them. Not me. I don't have that extra funding. you know, and then you pay for it, and then there's no guarantee that you have those same people coming right back. You pay for the views, and then afterwards you're back in a 200 view jail, and that's it. TikTok's fucking stupid when it comes to income too. I don't know. I wish I can catch that big break. I wish I could get back to a life of, you know, damn, we paid our rent, power, water, Wi-Fi, and insurance. That's our bills for the month, you know, and we can afford that. Talking about saving money and being able to invest in land and a whole bunch of other stuff, it seems impossible. So, you know, if you have that support team and you have a whole group of people that are there for you to make sure that you don't fall, be thankful for them, because there's a lot of us up here that one slip, one fuck up, one missed day out of work will cause us to lose our home, our vehicle, and to end up being on the streets. DSS is no help. CPS is no help. They won't help you until you're actually living on the streets. And once you are, they take your kids because you're an unfit parent. There's no help. You can't call these resource centers and everything like that. You can't depend on food banks for food because a lot of these food banks give you rotten meats and shit. It's just hard. It's just hard. Y'all let me know if y'all go through the same things on a daily basis, or am I just an irresponsible piece of shit? Because I don't feel like I am.
Now here we have a man who he's working at least 2 jobs. I know he said, might even be 3, has 2 kids. He's doing the best he can. It looks like both of the jobs he's working full time. He's taking care of his wife, and the wife is obviously not working at this point in time. I'm not sure if that's due to medical disability or he just wanted her to be a stay-at-home wife for childcare purposes, or, you know, that was just a plan to begin with. But either way, he's doing his due diligence to make sure his family survives, and this man is still struggling in 2025. When are we going to make the change? When are we going to do something different as a nation to be able to overcome the situation that we're in? I have to ask that question because it's like we continue to go down the same rabbit hole. But this is going to be the end of the video, guys. If you like what you saw today, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime that I upload. Also join the Discord, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.